There. I counted you down. And then still no one talks.
I said woo!
You know when you're doing a live show and then the producer points at you instead of saying one? That's when you're supposed to be presenting?
No, you're supposed to present after the point.
You're being pointed at.
Now we're supposed to talk. Alrighty. Welcome, everybody, to our little slice of the world of darkness. We are Vancouver by night peoples, whatever. And we will be playing a game of Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, which is this book right here. Not the 2nd edition, which is this book right here. The 3rd edition, which is this book right here. Or Requiem, because we don't talk about that. That's just... it's best that we don't.
Okay.
Alrighty. And this is the 3rd epilogue of our chronicle. It's dealing with Erasmus and what he's gotten up to in the last little while. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Everyone else is playing different characters, as we've been doing over the last couple of weeks.
I got to dress
introduce
up.
them in a bit. Unacceptable.
Stack doesn't fit anymore.
As a warning, this is a mature game. Clearly, we're not mature,
Ooh.
but it's a mature game. So if there's any issues that you have with what we're doing or saying, because it might get a little bloody, there's vampires, and it might get a little weird. There could be some body horror elements as well, as we've seen in the past episodes. If you have any issues with that, just pause, mute the game, run away, come back later. Well, we will have everything uploaded to YouTube, so you can come back and skip whatever part you don't like, and then we can talk to us in chat as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll help out a little bit. Oh, Heavyweight Gaming is rating us. Okay, thanks.
Yay.
Yay!
And if if the players are uncomfortable here, we've had chats about it. We're pretty much got a bunch of stuff on the board. We filled out forms. That's important. And everybody's fairly comfortable with what we're doing. So we can go into thanking our sponsors. And our dice have been provided by Phoenix Dice, who gave us these dice trays and all these dice that we are using. And if you want, you can check out phoenixdice.com, which I believe we have a sponsor link for them. Which, I'll eventually figure out what I put for that. That's the one. There we go.
Nice.
Check out all the sponsors that I just put in the chat. Go to phoenixdice.com. Phase 2 is coming soon, and those will be recycled and sustainable dice. Secondly, we'd like to thank our good friends at the Stormcrow Alehouse, who provided us with not one, but 2 prize packs that we have given away in the past, and they will be possibly sending us some more stuff in the future. Hint, hint. Check out their DM and Dine program, which I believe is coming back after the COVIDs. Not sure. I don't think so. It'll be social distancing DMing.
I mean, that's the best DMing anyways.
And we have Artoria Designs, who provided us with dice boxes, one of which I may have for one of our people that wasn't part of the cast. And we got our first shipment of dice boxes.
For me, guys, it's for me.
Wasn't mentioning any names, but apparently it's for Shar.
Ooh, I got jewelry in here. Shar still has my dice, so I just keep jewelry in mine.
Don't worry, I'm going to get my own dice.
I suppose that makes sense. Yes, I will be sending that out soon because I just got it this week and I haven't actually had a chance to send it out to anybody. So Shar will be getting her Phoenix dice, her dice tray, and her Artoria Designs dice box. And Vancouver, in the world of darkness, was a city in turmoil. But we're not going to be in Vancouver, so it doesn't really matter. Erasmus is going elsewhere.
Ooh.
And we're going to introduce pretty much everybody but Erasmus, because Erasmus is going to be last.
Wow.
so that we can find out who the new peoples are going to be. And let me check the actual thing here. Let's start with Shar.
That's me. Hello, darling. My name is Florence Williams. I'm how should I describe myself? Badass bitch, as all my characters are. But I'll be in charge of making sure Kelly's character stays in line. Quit being a little bitch baby. But of course, I'm lovely and British and very proper. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Okay, now that we got that one out of the way, next up would be Kelly's character.
My name is Tarama Volta. I can't really do accents, so just assume that I sound Italian. I am a Tremere, what do you call it? Trader? But I've been pulled back in, and now I'm in charge of acquisition and housing of all artifacts that the Tremere are interested in and want to keep under their domain. Florence is one of the people in charge of going and, I assume, politely acquiring artifacts that we have gained interest in. And as she said, she keeps me in line. I don't leave my shop often.
And for everybody playing the home game, while Kelly was doing the introduction, we saw Buddy the vampire cat in the background of Kelly's shot, but Buddy has since disappeared.
Yeah.
You can assume there are no animals in my shop.
You don't have
maybe there
what's
is.
it called?
I don't have a bodega cat.
Yes, you do.
I have zero animal kin. Not only do vampires not like me, but animals are not particularly fond either.
That's true. That is also true. And Rose, you are up next.
I am Rose, and I'll be playing Johanna Waltz, who is the Tremere region in Innsbruck, Austria. She has a very bitchy attitude towards Kelly's character, as well as a bit of a connection to him. We'll find that out. And she's also a very particular taste when it comes to feeding, which will also be revealed.
I like how this can be read as just punishment for what I did last session.
It is.
I have to play this character.
And have you met Haley?
Darling, Erasmus, what's not to love?
Darling.
You all know him. My sweet, stupid boy. The Maz obviously is in a bit of turmoil with all of the going-ons, so he's decided he needs to take a trip and get out of town for a bit. So this little adventure will be what Raz has been up to.
I'm so excited to see a friend.
And let's get this particular show on the road. So, since we're focusing on Erasmus is going to be traveling for this particular episode because there are certain times over the first season where Erasmus decided that, it's time to check out for a little bit and go and check and see if he could find a certain item that he's been looking for. And we are going to open up this particular episode on Erasmus arriving in Vienna through various back channels. You don't really need to get into the details. There's, shipping crates and stuff.
Honestly.
How much does your back hurt?
Oh God.
So you arrive in your kind of usual location that you've already set up through various back channels. The regular kind of shippers and receivers in the Kindred Society, open your crate and you've already paid them handsomely so that you can, get out and go about your business in a different location.
Oh, it's good to be out of that box. Well.
And you are met by a ghoul. obviously a ghoul because, there's the shipping, receiving, and it's somebody dressed in a suit who comes kind of, they're checking forms and they're like looking through various things and they're like, yes, Erasmus, isn't it?
At your service, darling.
Oh, right. There was a message here for you, and he, goes rustling through various loose papers on his desk.
I've just arrived.
There was, let's see, there was something here from Tiramo Volta saying that he apparently found something, some kind of thing that you were looking for.
Well, that's curious. I haven't seen Tiramo in so long.
Yeah, that's just the message that I got. I was told to give it to you as soon as you came into the, into our lovely establishment.
Oh, yes, lovely. Well,
it's not that lovely.
No, I figured not. Right. Well, I suppose that's my first stop then. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, no problem. And he kind of, leads you with his hand, like.
Now, okay. In question, he's a ghoul. Do we pay in blood?
No.
No.
No, he's looking for some dinero, some greenbacks.
Yes. Raz certainly doesn't have any of that.
Euro?
Raz is gonna pat his jacket pockets and kind of leaf around, and he's going to pull out a couple of toonies and drop them in his hand.
And he kind of looks them over. It's like, oh, I haven't gotten Canadian money in a while. This is great.
Add it to the collection, darling. Isn't it wonderful? Look at those silly little birds.
Oh yeah, this is wow. I haven't done this in a while. Thanks.
Of course. Well, it must be off.
He actually seems genuinely happy that you gave him Canadian funds.
Oh.
For those playing the home game, a toonie is a $2 coin.
Which is 75 cents in America.
Yeah, something like that. And you, I'm assuming, rush off to.
Yep, bags. He probably has two of those. Those old lady bags that have kind of carpet patterns on them. He's probably holding two of those. And yeah, he's just going to head right for Tiramo because he knows the deal. He can probably crash there.
Yes, please.
If not, there's probably a couple vampire hostels that you know of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or vampire friendly hostels.
Mm. Oh, don't you worry.
Oh. I'm sure there's plenty of options.
So you know where to go in finding the shop. And Kelly, would you describe the shop for the viewers at home?
So it's very isolated. It's in extremely old part of town. And it's got one of those entrances where there's street level, and then there's a staircase going almost underneath another building, and then there's a door, and no windows go into this building or into the shop itself, and it's unlabeled. It's basically just where they store Tiamo to take care of all of these artifacts. But when you get in, it's immediately pleasant. It's got just this warm smell of what you assume is blood, or something that vampires really enjoy, just a comforting smell of. It's extremely dark, it's bright, you can see everything, but it's dark because it's just lit by fire. Basically, there's just candles everywhere. Everything is meticulously placed. There's display cases of artifacts along every wall. there's like books on top shelves, and each one is like organized perfectly. And there's several fainting couches throughout the entire establishment. And Tiamo's just at like the far end of the shop, just working on something at his desk. And he says, what have you come to get today?
Tiamo, darling, it's me.
Immediately, my precious Erasmus. And he runs over and like gives you a kiss on both cheeks.
Oh, enthusiastic. Yeah.
You got my letter then? I heard you were coming.
Oh, yes. A very delightful ghoul met me.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
Well, a little pale, but can't be choosers, right?
Have you come to take me away from this place?
What? Oh, darling, I thought you liked this place.
No.
Okay. Raz is gonna drop his bags and just like give him like those like gentle like pat hugs.
Oh.
It's all
He's
right.
kind of like doing that thing where it's like we've always planned to go away together, but you know that he can't escape. I've been planning on buying a boat. We could escape and stay on the boat with a few blood bags or something.
Sure, sweetheart. Yes. One day, darling. One day.
Sure. One day, yes.
Yes.
Of course.
It's the there, Pat.
Yes.
Very gentle.
It's like, yeah, he's not that tall, and you're extremely tall, so you have to like bend over to pat him.
I emerge from the shadows and I say, "Oh, don't leave us too soon."
Oh, goodness.
Oh, hello, darling. I haven't met you. My name is Florence.
Oh, pleasure. Erasmus. And he's going to hold out a hand.
Oh, no.
I'll shake it.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Now,
So-
you can't be taking away my little manservant here until he's fulfilled all his duties, of course.
Oh,
I'm
of
sure
course.
you're aware of the trouble he's in.
Yes, to some degree or another.
Have we seen each other since the 90s?
It's
Like-
probably been a long time.
Yeah. So you maybe don't know what he did in the late 90s, but
It's very polite to just be like, of course.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, of course. I'm totally updated.
well, I didn't know Florence would be here. It's always good to have you here. And then I like scurry away, and like I expected you to follow, but I'm just like going too fast and didn't gesture you to follow me.
I did bring back that case you were looking for.
Oh,
I don't just come with bad news.
You hear from another part of the shop. Oh, you got it. This one's clean, right? You didn't get any blood on this one, right?
Well, sure. It's clean now.
He like shows up behind you, reaching out his hand, and he's like, "All right, I'll bring this one to the back." And he does. Erasmus, while you're here,
Yeah.
I found something that, that is to say, I did find something that you would be interested in. And
Yes.
the Tremere said that it would be okay for me to talk to you about it. But there's been a bit of a snag, and I like go back behind the counter, and I'm like checking out this box that Florence got me.
Bit of a snag, darling. What do you mean? I'm assuming this is about the goblet, yes?
Oh yeah, Florence is well aware of what it is.
Right.
Yes, I believe I have acquired the correct one this time.
The goblet.
Yes.
You think so?
You know, the one.
He certainly made me go out and get quite a few replicas,
Well,
wasting my bloody time.
I mean, the rumors around it are a lot. So you would think anyone that I find would be the right one, but this one I'm sure is the right one.
Oh, delightful.
Yes.
What's this this snag, this problem? What is it?
Well, as you know, everything here in the shop isn't exactly mine. I'm just the caretaker of them. These and some people in our order find them more pleasant to look at than functionally or historically relevant. So my dear sister took it upon herself to claim the goblet as her own.
Oh, rattlesnakes.
And you know Giovanna, when she gets her eyes on something, she
She's a little
keep it.
ruthless, yes. Oh dear, that is a snag.
Yes. One sec. He like stops dead and like stares at your jacket, and he's like, Did I glimpse something in there? Beyond the regular visage.
In my jacket, darling.
Yeah, I saw a hilt of something, and it caught my eye.
Oh, yes, this little thing. Raz will pull out his ceremonial dagger. I've had this for a while. It's not very useful, but it is quite pretty.
What have you done to it?
What do you mean? What?
He like
Well,
takes it as if reaching out for a baby.
Raz will let him take it. I mean, I've bashed a few heads with it. It doesn't really cut anymore. It's a little dull. I guess I could probably change that. I just haven't really gotten around to it.
Do you know what this is?
Oh, I picked that up ages ago, darling.
Florence is like, I have no time for this. I'm going out for a snack, and she leaves.
Steve, what is it?
It is a dagger that has been recognized as a magical one.
Can I because what I'm saying is that my character recognizes it, but I don't know what it is. The person human.
Oh, it is. Give me one sec. My notes are not open yet.
I love working with the GM to surprise other people. Like stabbing them in the heart. Regardless, while Steve looks that up, Tiamo will tell you. Tarama will tell you.
Referred to as Blind Strike, Pact of Shadows.
Do you know what?
It's been rumored to have multiple magical abilities, but something in it is a little bit off that you'd be able to tell with your sight.
Nice. Also, what like country did it come from?
It came from Germany originally.
Okay. Dear Erasmus, you know I care about you. But you can be a fool sometimes. What you've been using as a billy club is an ancient German artifact of great power. He looks like he's holding in tears.
Oh, that's grave. I got it at a what are they called? You know, the little like outdoor salesman.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it wasn't. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Well, if you're willing to stick around, I still have some older rituals of note that I could take care of this for you.
That would be delightful, darling.
He like places it down on a little purple like cloth that's very cushioned. I interest you in a drink while you wait.
Oh, please, I'm famished. Such a long trip. Bloody boxes.
He goes back and gets a glass vial from like a cooling case that's just got like a calligraphied O written on it.
Not subtle at all.
We're going straight for the good shit.
He like walks over, grabs like a glass, like a really embroidered wine glass with like gold trimming and stuff like that, and like pops the top and puts it in the glass and hands it to you.
Oh, thank you, darling. Raz will like cheers it and then take a little sip. Oh, Raz is gonna almost tear up seeing all like the lounge chairs and just take like a nice deep breath and sit down, cross his legs.
Does this particular drink have anything in it?
Yes. So next to the fainting couch is like a really fancy, almost like a chamber pot. Because when you drink the blood, you realize that it has opium in it. And the chamber pot is to expel it later when you want to, take the long sleep or whatever it's called.
Oh my. Okay.
It's very fancy here.
Yeah, you are kind of you're very relaxed.
Oh, Raz has done this before. He's been very excited for this. Oh, it's been so long, darling. Missed it here.
It is my own personal heaven, I guess.
Right, yeah. Have things changed since I last saw you? You seem a bit tense, darling.
Yeah, he's grabbing a glass himself while he's like preparing the necessary components to repair the dagger. I mean, that that horrible business with the Tremere a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one for self-preservation, I guess, and fled a little bit when those were going down.
Oh dear.
Yes, the circle did not take for that.
No. Oh, darling. Well, on the bright side, you still have your head.
Yes, there is always a bright side, I guess. Maybe one day. One day I won't. Anyways.
They'll forget eventually. We live for so goddamn long.
Yes, if the one thing the kindred are known for is forgetting things and just letting you live your life.
Cheers, darling.
Cheers. And he like takes a sip. So I thought it would be a fun, like, we can fast forward, but I think it would be a fun thing if like people who enter this shop realize that they've spent days here without like it seems like time goes by so fast, but you like leave and it's like a week later. So while I cast my completely canon ritual that it still exists in the Vampire the Masquerade lore, to repair this dagger that Raz has hit people with.
It's true. Raz has hit people with it. Yeah, it's several days later by the time you realize what's going on, and you're like, that's weird.
Oh, darling, should we perhaps go talk to your sister?
Oh, yeah.
I just remembered the chalice. God, it's such a relaxing.
Yes, the chalice, of course.
Yes.
Well, if I've fixed your dagger.
Has that happened already? Goodness.
I think I might have done it yesterday.
Yes. Did I get hit?
It's been a while.
It has been. Goodness. Sometimes I forget what your delicious elixirs do.
The chamber pot's just full of blood. I would also like to. I can roll for this one. I want to cast Ward against Canites while we are doing this on the dagger.
On the dagger? Sure.
Yeah. Which I believe is a roll.
That is, in fact, a roll.
What is it?
Against Canites.
Yeah.
What's a Canite?
You're a Canite.
Those would be vampires, my dog.
Let me just find the old book here.
Yeah, up. I think it's something. So yeah, I can read to what Ward Against Canites does while you look up the rule
Yeah,
of making.
'cause I want to know.
Here we go. If the caster wins a ritual test, which is an intelligence plus blood sorcery, difficulty 2, oh wait, one sec. Okay, the caster pours their blood on the object to be warded, tracing the glyph on it with their bare fingers. Once the caster wipes the blood off, the ward becomes invisible. Wards last until the warded object is physically destroyed or broken. Trespassers cannot break it. And if you... a victim of this weapon will take 1 point of agitated damage on a critical win. So I assume you would just roll my caster level anytime you hit a vampire with this weapon. And vampires can't destroy your dagger.
Yes. My dagger's useful now.
For everybody playing the home game, technically, they brought in a rule for V5, which is that's not allowed. Like, you can't basically cast it on a weapon. And if it would take somebody actually trying to grab the weapon or something like that, which is kind of silly. So in this particular game, if you stab somebody with it, it hurts.
Okay. So it's actually a useful weapon now.
Yay!
So the warding only works if someone tries to take the weapon then?
Warding only works if somebody tries to cross a barrier, like if you set it up in a room or something, or put it on a door. Like if they touch the door, they'll get hurt.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind. It was a nice idea.
In my game, it's a useful weapon now.
Yay!
Yay!
I've always thought that was kind of a silly rule.
And then also the other stuff that the weapon does.
I'm so excited.
You can do stuff now.
So Tiramo tells you the things that your dagger can do once he's repaired it. He's also put
Are there other things?
A nice little leather strap on it. Well, there's the the shadow blade, the things that Steve said earlier.
Oh, okay.
So let's do that particular roll for the ward.
Okay. So is it just intelligence and blood sorcery then?
Intelligence and blood sorcery.
4, and then another additional 4. So that would be an 8 roll.
And that would be generally far more dice than Insomnia has ever really rolled.
Mm-hmm. It turns out making good characters makes you roll more. I got 6 successes. So it's gonna be a good ward dagger.
That's a good ward.
Tiramo taps the hood of the dagger. That's a good dagger right there. You can fit a lot of wards in this dagger.
Got yourself a good dagger here. So it over the last couple of days, basically you've refined the process, and you've determined that this is pretty much as good as you can make it with regards to magically infusing it with your blood and power.
It's not as good as it was, obviously, when it was made, but please stop hitting solid objects.
Yes. I will use it as it was intended, of course.
Yes. Sacrificing?
Yes. Why not? I didn't take that course back in the ministry, but I'm sure it exists.
It's not that
It does
hard.
exist. Goodness. Anyways.
Off. My sister, right.
Yes.
And over the last couple of days, Florence has wandered in and out of the shop, and it's been kind of a blur for the rest of you.
You're just used to us zoning out while we're doing our
You're just so high.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, they're fine.
I can't be bothered with this shit.
Just a pile of new artifacts next to my desk that I haven't gotten to yet.
Raz is probably in like their high state, been talking about all of his coterie issues and how he had to get away and stuff. And
then Insomnia did this, and he's such a jerk.
And there was this
So
trash
mean.
panda.
Sounds like an awful place. There's also been like ghouls cleaning up, like walking in and out of the shop, like cleaning everything.
Yeah, cleaning, dusting bookshelves.
It seems like an awful place, this Vancouver.
This Vancouver.
This Vancouver.
Miss Canada.
Well, shall we go see my sister then?
Yes, I'm sure she'll be delighted to see me.
I like put on a coat. Before I forget, probably to disassociate herself from me, her name is now Johanna Volz. So don't call her Giovanni or she might kill you.
Right. Johanna
Volz.
Johanna
She couldn't
Volz.
even bother to take our last name. So
Well, she is sort of the type, darling.
Where is she right now? Do you know?
I would imagine in her villa.
In Innsbruck.
In Innsbruck. Man, that's hard to say. I imagine she would be in her villa in Innsbruck.
All right.
It'll be a bit of a trek.
We can look at the wonderful city. That is why I came here, after all.
I'll bring more blood.
Please do.
I grab just vials of it.
Off we go.
So you're making your way to the villa. It is. Where would it be located?
Innsbruck, apparently.
Innsbruck. That is more near the country, secluded, away from people. Mostly, I want to say sort of hidden, but she would have people being able to like shoo folks away. She has retainers just like you're approaching private property, knows your business here. They would recognize your character, Kelly, Taramo, and be like, "Oh, well, the collector's here." Is literally what they would say. They're like, "Oh, the collector is here."
Oh, it's such an insulting nickname.
Yeah, so
You're not even the collector. That's me. I'm the one that gets them all.
Yes. She wounds us all.
The collector and friends.
Her sharp tongue really cleaves.
so you walk up to the villa. There's the old wood door and the knockers on it. Are you going to knock on the door? Introduce yourselves?
The door opens before you even knock.
Right.
Raz is just going to like excitedly grab it. He loves knockers.
What kind, darling?
If there's anything,
We're all there.
if there's anything I could say to describe Erasmus, is that he loves knockers. And on that note, the door opens before you even actually get your hand on the knocker.
A blonde gentleman greets you at the door silently and looks expectantly, kind of like,
Hello, darling. My name is Erasmus, and we are here to see the lady of the house. Building.
And
"You wish to see Fräulein Waltz?"
We.
I suppose we should have let her know that we were coming.
He opens the door to let you in, and he mutters in German to another to go and announce the entrance. Like he makes sort of like a gesture. What was it? Schnell.
As we stand in the foyer, Taramo's just pointing at like artifacts. It's like that suit of armor was used during the old European war that Kelly doesn't know. There's just that Ankh over there works. It's a real one. It's got real power in it.
Raz is like going up and down, like actually genuinely looking at all the things he's pointing out, like, oh wow, gorgeous.
She said she was going for an Egyptian theme. I don't know. They'll come back eventually when she gets bored of them.
The one that was sent away comes back and says in a very thick accent, "You follow, please."
right away.
Steve, as we walk, I just want to have Sense the Unseen turned on, just in case.
Alrighty.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I
Let
should
me
do
double
that too.
check the old Sense the Unseen.
Likewise,
It's
when they walk
a
in.
free action. The
Uh,
senses of the vampire. These handy cards, man, they're great.
Yeah, we got
they are.
Become attuned to dimensions beyond the mundane, allowing them to sense presences otherwise hidden from the naked eye.
So everybody who is activating Sense the Unseen, give me a odds, specs, and wits roll.
prospects and wits.
Woo.
Or wits and aspects, depending on which way you want to put it.
That would only be that'd only be a 5.
Only 5.
2 successes for me.
I have 1 success.
Yay!
Sorry, are we all rolling?
Only if you have Sense the Unseen.
Okay, I was like, I don't think I'm part of this.
I definitely
not.
have that.
3 successes.
3 successes.
We're a very untrustworthy family.
We're
Right.
close.
So in descending order, it would go from Kelly's character of Teremo. You notice as you're walking in, like the various objects that you pointed out, they kind of have like a light kind of glow around them that you have definitely noticed in the past being kind of magical in origin.
It's very sad.
There's also, like, as you walk down the long hallway to get to where you know that Johanna is, there's the occasional kind of door on either side and then pillar, and you would notice that there's something kind of shadowy that seems kind of human-esque, kind of like a wraith that would you'd see them kind of peek out from behind it and then hide.
Mm.
Florence would notice the magical artifacts in the foyer, and occasionally when you see Teremo look to one side or the other for kind of a wraith, you would notice kind of like a bit of what he'd been noticing, and it's just basically kind of that. And for Johanna, after the ghoul comes to tell you that your visitors are here, you would notice that they are definitely they are all vampire in origin.
Well, not origin. Our origin was human.
Yeah, somewhere along the line they got turned into vampires, is basically what I'm saying.
I'm like staring longingly at these wisps. as if wishful thinking. Someday.
As you all walk in, Guten Abend, willkommen, come on in.
I gesture Raz forward. I want to talk to you more than me.
Hello, darling.
Erasmus,
It's been so long, Johanna.
it is a pleasure. Been way too long.
Much
And at this, I hold out a glass to one of my retainers. He knows what to do.
He comes along and fills it up through a mildly hidden means. He turns around, and then when he turns back, it's full, and he hands it to you.
Danke. Drink.
I
Oh,
brought my own. I pull out a flask.
I'll have a sip, darling, if you don't mind.
Of course. It's very delicious. As you know, you always want to have a good taste of maybe your own kind.
Oh.
Yeah, this vampire blood.
I just remembered. I'm so full right now, darling. Raz is specifically thinking back to the blood orgy and like, should probably not do this.
Perhaps
I completely understand. Of course, you just come from my brother's home. I would assume, having the backgrounds that we originally have, that he would have left you not satiated when he arrived. Is that correct, Ramo?
I mean, yes, dear.
He's been a
Good.
wonderful host.
Good, as expected. What brings you to my villa tonight?
I've been looking for this artifact for the past couple decades.
Which
just-
artifact? There are so many.
Right. This,
As you notice, I have so many.
yeah, they are lovely, really. In particular, I'm interested in an ancient Egyptian scrying goblet.
Oh, but that would be the crowning artifact in my collection. You want me to be deprived of that satisfaction of looking upon it and thinking, my life is complete. I can move on with it.
More like
Well,
Didn't
Of
you
course.
just acquire this? And I say acquire, but I mean steal, and I activate Daunt.
I'm liking Florence on my side a little bit.
You just lift
Only
yourself a
I
little
can
bit.
push you around, dear.
Nobody beats up my little brother but me.
Except he's not my brother.
No one beats up
I
the guy
didn't
that I'm
say it
supposed
was
to
a
beat up.
perfect analogy. I just said it was an analogy. Let's see. Daunt is Alrighty. So it's free, and you would add your presence rating to any intimidation rolls or
Woo! I guess
That sort of thing.
I'll say that was an intimidating roll.
Alrighty, let's go with a. Let's see what's good. Are you going to be manipulating or charismatic in your?
Either or, because they're the same. I'll be charismatic.
Alrighty, and intimidation, and add your presence number to.
Wow,
that
this is a
particular
lot.
roll.
This is such a good skill when you have the right stuff.
Yeah, and it's a level 1. It's amazing.
Oh my god. This is 9 dice.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Like I've seen some players roll like 15 dice.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
6 successes.
Jesus.
10.
So I'm doing it in a nice way though, but like, bitch, you stole our fucking cup.
You get to roll against that to be lot or plus
Is
intimidating.
there anything to roll against that?
You could roll. Let's see. Let's go with a Let's go with a manipulation, and let's go with etiquette or leadership if you have any of those.
I've got leadership.
Clearly, no etiquette. Steal.
Nope. Manipulation, or is it
Manipulation or charisma.
no, charisma? Okay, I'll go with that one. So that's a meager 5 dice. So
And you got 6 successes.
Why even bother rolling, darling? You know you're in the wrong.
It could be a couple of 10s rolled in there.
That's
I've got 3. So
Yeah. Let's see.
so what's the feeling I'm getting?
So Florence basically calls upon the power of her vampiric nature, and you feel definitely kind of intimidated as she doubled your roll. You just feel like you don't want to mess with Florence.
The Voltas are not a beefy brood.
How quaint. Now back to business. You wish to acquire this goblet from my collection.
Yeah, not without compensation, though, darling. Of course, I understand it must be delightful to gaze upon.
Of course, it absolutely is. Now then, what are you asking for it? What is your offer?
Well, hadn't gotten that far. I have large sums of money.
How large?
Quite large, I believe. I think we still have a lot left.
I'm sorry, something to add there, brother.
Is there anything that I know that Johanna wants, or is it mostly just like decadence? Like from us being out, this is out of character. Is there anything growing up that I would know that you would want? Rose?
Trying to think. Is there anything?
It can be just like a category of things. Like, what's the one thing that Johannes cares about more than anything?
More than anything, she's very ambitious. So any kind of power. So obviously, money does have power to a certain extent. Having
favors generally go a long way, like boons and such.
But she did steal it from us.
She does
isn't that
absolutely.
right? Or how did she get it?
I gave it to her because she asked.
So I was being a bitch for no reason.
Yep.
Well,
that's why she laughed. That's like why she laughed.
You're the enforcer of the Tremere.
The social enforcer.
Social enforcer. So the fact that one of the Tremere is just willingly taking stuff from the archives is bad. You were right in that. I mean, there's got to be something else in my collection, Johanna, that you would want maybe in exchange.
Or perhaps there's something we could retrieve for you.
Perhaps.
I have many skill sets, darling.
Erasmus, and we're just going to inquire. You have the skill in reading the tarot?
Oh, yes. In fact,
my ambition is something of a personal nature. And I would like it if you could give me a read to see if I'm on the right track.
Of course, darling.
Any preparation you need, can we do this now?
Yes, a table.
There's the room that she's in, by the way, is a like a receiving and drawing room. There is two comfortable couches facing each other, and in between is a marble slab coffee table.
Okay. Raz will reach into one of his other coat pockets, one of the many inside pockets he has, and pull out one of his old decks of cards, and then gesture towards the table to sit down.
Anything you must do. What shall we do?
Alrighty. So you start to pull out the cards, and I'm going to let you describe how you would attune them to someone else, or how you would prepare.
Darling, I need you to shuffle these until you feel content, and then cut the deck in however way works for you. And while you're shuffling them, please focus on your question.
She shuffles them for quite a bit. A bit of a wry kind of smile crosses her face as she looks like she's considering her question. Like it's very unsettling, especially to Ramo. You've seen that smile before, and that is not a very welcome sign. And then she places it face down, cuts it, and then puts the bottom half on top, and then leaves it.
Raz will pick up the cards, and in a very practiced, like he's done this literally a million times, lay out a Celtic cross.
Nice. For the folks playing at home, how many cards is that, Haley?
Oh God. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards.
Okay.
10. Sorry, 10 cards. 10 cards. There's 4. Yes, 10.
See, I thought you just literally took out a cross of Celtic origin and put it out on the table.
Yeah, so did I.
It's a spread.
Yeah.
So for Erasmus, I'm going to get a wits and occult.
Ooh, I'm rolling for it.
You just hoped it would be a auto success.
Ooh. Oh boy. Okay, 2 successes.
She's hard to read.
Yeah. This much magical power kind of interferes with the tarot just a little bit. So you would basically be able to get a read from it that something really bad is going to happen at some point in the not near future. Like it's going to happen. You've seen it probably about 1 billion times before, where Johanna might be hit with something in about 6 months to a year's time.
Mhm. All right, darling. This here indicates great ambition. And this here is a clear indication that you're on a path. So I'm a little concerned with your future card, darling. It looks well, it looks like a warning. Something.
Tarama kind of like peeks up a little bit.
Something is going to go wrong. Not right away, mind you, but it seems like there's some tumultuous times in your future.
When you're regent of a certain location, your life is always in some kind of trouble.
This is very true, darling. I mean, just look at the wonders you have. I'm sure you must have many enemies.
Oh, absolutely. And being Tremere as well, I have many enemies in that way as well.
Well, they're
I'm not
talking-
well liked. I make a look at Tarama.
I'm like standing behind you while you guys are talking. Can I whisper something to Florence in like a very squirrely way?
Yeah. You're going to be doing it stealthily?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Still got my sense of the unseen.
It's
Since
not
it-
heightened senses.
Since it doesn't get anywhere near as much love as it really should, I'm going to go with composure and stealth.
Yeah, actually.
It's really hard to roll composure on pretty much anything unless you're about to frenzy.
Okay, I got let's use one of them willpowers. 5 successes.
Oh yeah, you're easily able to do it.
So I kind of like shimmy up to Florence and I'm like, well, while they're distracted, if you could get just the tiniest bit of my sister's blood, I might be able to help in this situation a little bit.
I was hoping you were going to send me on a mission to get one of the glowing objects. That's a lot harder for me to do.
If you wanted to go just fully steal the goblet while they're talking. Oh man,
I have retainers, you all.
Can I? So we established that there were just a bunch of fake goblets, right? Can I say that I brought one in my coat?
Sure.
And
yeah.
I'm like, if you don't want to do that, I have a much more risky plan. And I pull out one of the goblets, like barely showing it to Florence.
Yeah. I take it.
Interrupting this whole interaction, I just go, I do have something I need you to get for me. You two. I look directly at Florence and
with a 5 success, I'm done already.
Yeah,
you're done. You guys are done.
I'm drinking my flask again.
You guys are done and fine. Just like
yes, dear.
You two are of the acquiring nature. I would like you, with Erasmus in tow, to pick up a package from the airport for me. It is a very important artifact that is tied to this conversation that I am having with you. And I'm glad you brought this to my attention.
How do I not know about this? This seems like something that they would have told me about.
We are estranged siblings, my dear brother. You don't need to know everything in my life. And if I choose to keep it from you, you don't necessarily need to know what it is. Are we understood?
But of course, I'm thinking of your best interest. You've told the circle, right?
That
Whether
is
you've
for
told
me
or not. Is it?
That is for me to know.
I'm thinking 6 months, eh? All right.
Raz is just like twirling the cards around and like little tricks and stuff, like just like, oh, tea, drama.
I will accompany you to see that the job is done correctly. They do need to see me directly. However, I am to be completely uninvolved if there's any complications that may arise. That is for you three.
Oh.
Oh, well, perfect. No one knows me here.
Wunderbar. It will be at the international airport. Discreet pickup. I give the details. It's near the back of a location, somewhere not like in the main entrances or anything like that. I'm to go at least all cloaked. Everyone else can do their own darn things. And she definitely explains it that way. But yeah, it is a package that she doesn't tell you what the contents is.
Interesting. I suppose yes, I will be happy to accompany and get it this
So kind of you. How sweet of my brother to come and accompany me on such a dangerous task.
But now we know how much. But now we're very aware of how important this is for you. It seems like quite a task compared to just giving us a goblet that you are not that the Tremere are not very happy you are in possession of.
You're asking for more, Miss Nightingale?
Well, I'm Kelly. Like, what do you think this is like? Way more of a task.
I think
that she's asking us.
I think, yeah, out of character, I think you would probably get the impression maybe that we are going to be the ones who are in trouble if we're discovered and that we're being used.
Yeah. I don't, but I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to, how I'm supposed to be reacting to this. Like, I'm not someone's bitch baby.
Well, how would Florence react to this? Like, for a single goblet, this is the all the agreement is going for. Just accompany me to an airport and back, and you get the goblet.
We'll get the artifact.
Is the original bargain on the table?
What your brother and Erasmus decide to do is up to them. I will have no part of this. Excuse me, I'm getting a phone call, and I walk out of the room with holding my phone.
And what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to start looking. I'm going to investigate to see if I can find any hints of where the real goblet is.
Alrighty. Let's go with a...
I send a couple of my retainers to follow you.
I'm going to try to distract you, Johanna, but by talking of the old times.
What do I care of the old times? I was given a horrible name, and now I have a much better one, and I'm higher up. Why dare you drag up such horrid memories?
As soon as I'm in the hallway, I'm using Mask of 1,000 Faces to be a servant of the house.
All right.
Nice.
So you can send people after me, but they aren't going to know where I am.
Cool. I've done my due diligence.
Let's see. Where is Mask of 1,000 Faces? There it is.
That over there? Yeah, that's Johnny.
That is a rouse check.
Yeah.
Johnny's been working here forever.
7.
That is, you do not get hungrier. No test is required. Okay. Yeah, you basically just blend in. You kind of look
I'll
now.
be like someone that's like cleaning so that it doesn't look weird that I'm like going up to different artifacts around the house.
And you will get a wits and awareness or wits and investigation roll to see which one's higher.
1, 2.
You have proficiency with investigating artifacts if you wanted to use
Yeah, I will. I just can't find my investigate.
it. You have 2.
Investigation is along the right-hand column.
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
Skill
1,
type
2.
category.
Sorry, wits and investigation or wits and what?
Wits and awareness or investigation, whichever one you think would be the best.
Well, since it's it would be the same, but because it's artifacts in specific, I'm going to use my investigate artifacts.
Remember, you have willpower and it's a one-off.
Yes, thank you.
So if you decide that you want to succeed this roll, just keep using your willpower.
Wow. I got 2 10s and 3 8s. Don't need any willpower for that.
That's 7 successes.
Turns out you're holding the real goblet. I get
it. So for everybody playing the home game, I set the bar on this one to be like 5 difficulty, and that's at like 7 difficulty. So you do not see where the goblet is. You can only, like, you would assume automatically because of your investigation and what you've done in the past that she would have it somewhere hidden, but that's close enough. Like, it's probably somewhere in the room that you actually just left. That would like your investigation ability. You would know that Johanna would have put it somewhere close by to her.
Okay, I go back into the room still as the servant.
That was a quick, never mind.
And yeah, you definitely, like, I'm going to carry over that particular role into this room. And it's, yeah, you would know where it would be. Like, it would be hidden kind of behind one of the paintings in like a safe that's close by to where Johanna is.
Fabulous. I'm just going to clean.
So I just noticed the servant walking in.
Yeah, I'm still talking. It seems like they're much more wraiths.
Part of the description is that I have no reason to cause any suspicion.
Dang it!
That particular servant seems familiar, but they come and go so often. Like, occasionally you drain one dry and you have to replace them with somebody else. It's probably one of the newer people.
Maybe I'll get that one next.
Yeah, there's so many new wraiths around here.
Oh, you noticed.
These rooms, they're almost the void.
Well, shall it be the 3 of us then?
Yes. I guess
it seems so, yes.
Unfortunately, without your friends, if things get difficult, well, your blood is on his hands. Our hands, rather.
My town car is waiting outside if you want to take my car.
No, we should take mine.
Mm-mm.
It's much nicer. Smoother ride.
Can you please get one of your ghouls to bring my car back to the shop then?
Oh yeah, Hans, schnell.
Hans obviously comes running over.
I say in German to go take my. If anyone speaks German, I'm asking to take his decrepit piece of junk back to his decrepit little hovel.
If anybody in chat knows what that is, that'd be great.
Yeah, just write that out in chat and we'll read it.
Like before they're leaving, or like as they're leaving, Raz is just going to put like a hand on Taramo's arm and kind of like pull him aside a little bit and be like, darling, you don't have to do this. I do value your friendship, but it seems like this could not end well. And I don't want you to put your life on the line for me, so to speak.
Trust me, if anything goes bad, I just won't be able to leave the shop for 10 years again.
No,
There's nothing
darling.
that we can. There's nothing that I can do that will make them get rid of me. I'm too invaluable to them.
Do you, Haley and Kelly, do you want me to just come with you and give up?
I mean, if you want to replace it and then show up at the airport, I'm just trying to distract my sister long enough for you to do it and come back.
Yeah.
I noticed there aren't any Italian artifacts in here. I've got
Yeah, Italian. Blah, blah.
yes.
So what this season?
Okay, well,
Fair
if they're
enough.
still
Don't
chatting
ask
in
me
the
a
hall, then
question.
yeah, I'll try to, I'll go to that painting and, I'm going to try and break this safe, I guess.
Alrighty.
Or not break, but, crack it. I specifically remember putting something about this.
Yeah,
I have break in,
yeah, you have a specialty of
breaking in, yeah.
for larceny.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So
I have
let's
4 stealth and 3 larceny, and my break in is in my specialty is with stealth.
go with a dex and larceny.
Still
6,
quite
7, that's still okay.
Oh no. Only 7?
only 7. I think the only time I've rolled 7 with insomnia is when I rolled humanity.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only time.
5 successes. No 10s this time.
It takes a little bit of time, but you're able to crack it.
Yes. Okay, I grab the cup and I switch for the bogus one, and then I close it.
Hell
All
yeah.
right.
The one that we kept thinking was the right one.
And then I'll before I leave the room, I'll take off unseen servant and or not unseen servant, whatever it's called.
Cloak of
Mask of
or
a Thousand
Mask of a Thousand
Faces.
Faces. Yeah. Okay.
And be myself. And I'll say, are they still there? About to leave? Or are they already gone?
They would have made their way out to the vehicle by this particular point.
Okay. I'll try and hurry to catch up to them. And as I'm putting my phone in my pocket, I'll say, the Tremiers would like me to accompany you. What's your character name? Taramo. So I guess I'm stuck on this mission anyways.
It's always nice to have you
poor
around.
you. Oh well.
I'm just surrounded by my friends and acquaintances then.
I have to make a stop at our shop to get my tools.
It's
No,
fair.
Hans just left. We're heading
Took my
directly
car.
to the airport.
Fine.
Vampires not only survive on daddy issues and blood, they also survive on exacerbated size
And sibling rivalry.
and sibling rivalry.
It's an
Just a
interesting
little bit of everything.
expression for people that don't use their lungs at all.
Yeah, it keeps the muscles in your lungs kind of from atrophying.
Yeah.
Right before they enter the car, Brad still has his cards. He's going to pop one out, grimace at it a little bit, and then tuck them back into his coat pocket.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun. Okay, so you
I
make
assume
your
you'll be
way.
sitting in the back, Johanna.
Who's riding shotgun?
I think she's frozen unless she's just smiling for a really long time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no.
You may have lost Rose.
It's very creepy.
It's a very nice pose.
Oh no.
This may actually screw up the thing if when she's able to come back unless it unfreezes there.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Are we back?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we are.
All right, we're back. And we're all in a car. And we are pulling close to the airport in Vienna. And it is, standard airport. The place that this particular vehicle is headed towards, though, is one of the warehouses that's near the airport. That's not quite on the airport grounds. It's a little off the beaten path. As you would come up to the airport, you would actually go to a separate location than the airport itself. You pull down kind of a dirt road, that sort of thing, and it's close to the airport, but not entirely at the airport. And it is a group of warehouses that are nearby.
While we're driving over, I'm going to, and I quote, mix some hashish with my blood and rub it between my fingers as I read an incantation or whisper, and it only takes a couple minutes. And I'm making a vial of Ishtar's touch. And I think it requires a rouse check.
It does.
Sick. Because I have to cut a little bit of my blood out of my finger.
Ooh.
Or vein or whatever. One success. No rousing for me.
Yay.
And a intelligence plus blood sorcery equal to...
Nope, that's thin blood alchemy. Don't need that.
Fuck yeah.
Oopsie.
Wait, you were saying that you were on the thin blood alchemy page, or my role only is thin blood alchemy?
No, I was on the thin blood alchemy page.
All right. I'm gonna roll for my... So that would be 8. Another rolling 8. Man, this character's real good at rituals. No, he's not. He's real good at using his willpower to... Fuck. There we go. All right. So I got a 3, and it says the difficulty is the ritual +1, which is it's a level 2 ritual. So that's 3. So
Barely able to do it.
I'm really stressed. My sister's being a jerk
You're
to me
just
today.
shaking in the backseat.
And I just look over at what you're doing. I'm just like,
All of
brother doing his weird blood shit.
Raz is probably looking around the interior of the car for bugs.
It's nice.
very good.
Oh, like I wonder if there are any beetles in here.
Also in
Certainly not.
in character, all my like chanting and rituals are done in Italian.
Nice.
It's
It's a me, Mario.
Slight
that's
dry
offensive
heat.
to people. So then I have like this little vial, and I hand it to Erasmus, and I'm like, since she's probably going to make you be the one that's talking, use this if you can.
How so?
So if anyone touches it, they are more vulnerable to presence and dominate abilities.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have those.
You have such a dominant personality.
Oh, thank you, darling. So I just like chuck it at them.
Or if you have a glove, put it on the glove and shake their hands, whichever. I don't care.
Well, I
Subtle.
don't normally care.
Don't touch
Care
yourself
love.
with
Oh,
it. unless
yes,
you want
right.
to. My sister will take advantage of it, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. You know me too well, Teramo.
Of course. I'll figure something out.
And you pull up to the third warehouse that is on this particular strip of dirt road. And there are men outside who kind of look like they've been dropped in from a 1920s like mob movie. They have like the small fedoras, they have the pinstripe suits. One of them at the far back, like kind of secluded away that you wouldn't be able to see from the main road, has a Tommy gun.
Oh, what a beautiful country.
I just take the role of like the muscle. Like I'm going to be silent for most of this unless shit goes bad.
All right, so
I'll
Fair
make
enough.
sure that now before we do this,
actually,
if you
sorry,
if
go
you
ahead.
can tell me what it is, I can make sure that what you are getting is the real thing.
I know what I am getting,
Yes,
and
but
I only need to know.
often things look like other things.
Fucking
It's a,
goblins.
it's a wonderful concept, my brother. You don't think I know this. After all the years we've gone through together.
Mm. All right, I trust your judgment.
Good. Now then, sort of organizes it where you're behind, not her, for one thing. You're behind Erasmus, who will be in the front with her, and the back is Muscle behind me.
All right. So you come walking up to the area. One of the first pinstripe suit guys goes, "Sorry, who are you? Like, what are you doing here?"
My name is Erasmus. It's a pleasure to meet you, owner of the mausoleum. We're here to collect a artifact package. We're here to collect a package for a person. How much am I supposed to be telling them, darling?
We're here to pick up a package. Why don't we go over this in the car?
Right. Okay. We're here to pick up a package.
From
Here. There is supposed to be a drop-off here.
and you are
By the way, I have a hood up, so no one can really see the face anyways. I am the diplomat that was supposed to pick it up here.
Does the diplomat have a name?
The only name I believe you should have been given was Smith.
And he like goes over and he checks his phone with one of the other guys.
You might want to get your mitt ready there, Erasmus.
And then he, after a few seconds of them kind of conversing back and forth, he comes back over. He goes, "Yeah, there's nothing here for anybody named Schmidt."
Well, then we seem to have a bit of a problem then, don't we?
Looks like.
Brad's going to snap on awe.
That is a free power, as far as I remember. And, nope. Why does this thing keep wanting me to go to Thin Blood Alchemy?
Because they're so cool.
They're cool bloods.
They're the cool bloods.
The look.
Manipulation and presence.
That's my shit. That's my shit. And presents. Ooh, I did
Versus
awful.
Composure and intelligence.
No.
Wow, I actually get to roll. This is amazing.
You could add your extra dice if you want.
Oh, I'm adding my extra dice.
How do
Well,
I
that
Thanks,
didn't help.
Santos.
I'm going to use willpower.
Probably a good idea.
Ooh.
Oh, that's so much better. Okay. I got 2 10s and an 8.
2 10s and an 8.
Yes.
Well, that beats
Wow.
my 3. So yeah, he is like, he's a lot more friendly towards you, but you kind of get the feeling this guy's here to do a job.
Sure. Darling, I think this is all a misunderstanding. You see, we have to keep, names on the down low, right? Because, it's careful things.
Yeah, there's still no
Silly.
Schmidt.
Can I turn on Sense the Unseen to see if I can see the artifact around here?
You certainly can,
Ooh.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-doom.
which is a wits, I believe, and an aspect.
Sick.
But I'm just going to double check that.
Yeah, that's what this handy dandy card says.
Hey, wow, I got it right. Cool. All right.
5. I got a success.
Oh, no.
Should I use
A
willpower?
success?
No, I'm going to use a willpower. I
Again,
got 4
probably
successes.
Yay.
Yeah, you there's a couple people that are in the actual kind of warehouse itself, and they're kind of around a crate, and inside crate you can kind of see like the outline of a glow that's inside the actual crate itself.
Very Indiana Jones.
I'm going to walk up to Florence and kind of again whisper. I'm kind of worm tongue a bit.
Do you have to roll to whisper?
worm tonguing it up. No, like this, like they're far enough away that they probably wouldn't be able to tell.
I'm gonna describe to her where the package is on the boat. We can keep them distracted with our inability to combat anyone, and you can try to sneak on and do some thievery, I suppose.
I roll my eyes and I walk away. I'll go off to like a dark corner, like somewhere in the shadows, and I'll use Mask of 1,000 Faces again to be like a henchman.
Alrighty. So, Mask of 1,000 Faces.
Which is a rouse check.
A rouse
6.
check. And that is no roll. All right. Well, that's easy. So, yeah, you basically kind of come back out from your hiding place as a nondescript man in a pinstripe suit.
Yeah.
I walk up to Johanna with just a notebook that doesn't have anything written in it right now, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, mistress. I thought that it was today. Maybe we have the wrong location. Excuse me, gentlemen. Let me confer. Please, let me check.
I
my
look at you
date book
confused, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Let me check my notebook again.
Guys, just
Mousy
trying to
misshapen
stand
person of a vampire. What are you doing?
Guys just like standing in front of them, like just trying to take up the attention. Like, look at my long, luscious hair.
I'm looking at you
that's
even
happening.
crazier. Like,
I'm going to the boat.
It's a crate, not a boat.
Oh, I'm going to the crate. Sorry, I thought Kelly said it was on the boat.
Oh, right. We're at an airport, not a river.
not a dock. It's all good.
So
Yeah,
Close.
so
It's a place for shipping and receiving. It's fine.
it's like an air dock. It's like an air boat.
It's an airboat.
an airboat. How many? I guess there are a lot of people around the crate.
It's kind of like you get the feeling, because you've dealt with this sort of thing in the past, that they're trying to keep this on the down low. So there's only about 2 people that are near the actual crate itself. And there's like the two guys that are outside, the one that talked to you and the other guy with the Tommy gun.
Okay. I need time to think about this.
See, I think that I should check my date book again, and perhaps you can help me because you are so smart and good at remembering dates and such.
Who are you saying this to?
You. You didn't get it the first time that I did.
No, I didn't. I'm looking at you like a madman. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I half-heartedly play along with it. Like, all right, yes.
I have.
This is the day. This is the day. I'd asked specifically for delivery because
I
you
have
can get that
sent-
sort of thing.
I have
You
sent
spent the money
Toreador
for
to steal the artifact.
Why did you send a Toreador when you could easily have sent maybe a Lasombra, perhaps?
Because we didn't have a.
Why do I hire you for
We
these
have a
things?
Lasombra being distraction, as you so wisely said, and the Toreador was available at the time. I would do it myself, but that is not a skill that I possess. I hope that is
Sadly,
okay.
no.
there's only one person that approached us, right?
Yeah.
I need the box to be no people around it.
And then
Bring those people in, Raz.
Be hotter.
Can Raz use cloud memory on him?
On the guy you were talking to?
Yeah. Yes.
Your hard reset.
All the powers today. All right.
Woo!
I'm making Raz useful one step at a time.
Yeah, Raz.
Cloud memory is free, and it's a charisma plus dominate against their wits and resolve.
Hey, okay.
Also, we didn't have a Lasombra. We have a ministry. I forgot.
That's
It's called stalling, Kelly. I was playing a stalling character. It's called stalling.
2
Wait, did you-
successes.
I was playing
Two
a character like I was stalling. I do not know what she was trying to say. She's like, words. Okay.
So you look into the eyes of the guy who had been talking with you, and he blinks a couple of times, and he goes, "Sorry, what are you guys doing here for?"
Oh, you were just going to bring us to the package that we're exchanging
The package for who?
for the mistress? We just went over this, darling. Are you quite all right?
Yes, do
No.
keep up.
Yeah, no, we didn't just go over this.
We did. We've been standing here for like 15
Compel.
minutes.
Compel?
Uh-huh.
Alrighty. Out comes the book again.
Just like compel. Fuck this, compel.
It is
Why
free.
has nobody
Charisma
touched him
plus
with my potion.
charisma plus the dominates and the intelligence and resolve of the guy.
Guys can do that while they flirtatiously coddle the poor confused man.
You should have just like smacked him in the face and then used cloud memory. So like, what? Oh,
I was saving it for the inevitable bad guy with the gun.
the boss character. I got
The
you.
boss man.
Three successes, 2 10s.
2 10s, so that is 5 successes. And what are you going to compel him to do?
I'm going to compel him to just go with it and bring us to the damn package.
All right. And he blinks a few times. He's like, all right, come with me.
Should have done that minutes ago.
I'm glad I got the wrong date.
And he leads you past the gentleman with the Tommy gun. And
Wink at him.
yeah, the guy with the Tommy gun is kind of like,
Raz is making like flirty eyes. Like
in that case, he's definitely paying attention to Raz. And he leads you right to the 2 gentlemen, actually technically 3-ish, because there's another one in there that are standing by the crate. They're kind of like chatting with each other, like, "What man? When the hell is this guy gonna get here? We're like fucking waiting to put this thing."
we're here.
Well, he's here.
with Sense the Unseen, can I still see that which of these people is Florence?
You wouldn't be able to tell necessarily.
Okay, then can I use my Streetwise, because all of my blood is bought through illicit means, to tell which of these 3 men isn't acting like they normally would?
Okay, yeah. Let's do a wits and investigation, or wits and awareness.
Wait, I can't use my Streetwise?
No.
What? No, that's dumb.
Going into a new room, I would also put whip up Sense the Unseen myself. So I'm not sure if that does anything, Steve, but
I still got 3 successes on my wits and awareness.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
you said it says Sense the Unseen can pierce the power as usual
Okay.
for my Mask of 1,000 Faces.
So I should be able to see Florence just standing there.
That's
Yeah.
so weird because that's a level 1 power and this is a level 3.
Hell yeah.
Well, it depends in my games, like which one has the higher level of obfuscate. So what is the obfuscate that Florence has?
You have 3. And I've got 2 aspects, so.
Yeah, it was hidden. Like the obfuscate trumps the aspects. So you can tell via subtle mannerisms which one Florence actually happens to be.
Okay. I'm going to try to make moves to make it so that she's the one that hands us the artifact, or like takes the artifact back to our car.
Yeah, and those 2 guys are basically just shooting the shit amongst themselves.
This seems to be right. This looks like the right package that we were sent for.
wonderful.
I look up and say, Mr. Smith, Mr. Smith.
I elbow Toronto.
Ow.
Raz is staring like, because he has no idea what the fuck's going on. He's like, that's curious.
This is my mistress, who has been so cordially invited to take this package, and we will need some help.
Excellent. I'll take it over to your car.
We're like in Vienna, Austria, and we have this like, sure thing.
You're like hitting me to talk. You know that I'm not good at lying.
Bada bing, bada boom. Let me get the package for you.
You got a nice package over here. Something happened to us.
Nice package over
And
here.
I like put it on one of those like wheelie carts.
Dolly.
Yeah, well,
And then I start like pushing it.
the crate itself is like open, and there's like the kind of straw packaging that would be in it, and inside the package there is something in a smaller box. Something.
Oh, then I'll just take that.
Yeah. So you take that, and the other two guys are like, "Yeah, whatever, fuck it. I don't really." So long as it gets to the person that we're supposed to get it to, that does whatever.
Is the box special, or is it just a shipping box? Like, does it look like it comes with whatever is in it?
The crate itself isn't. There's nothing special about it. But once Florence actually reaches in and grabs the inside box, that's the thing that was glowing that you could tell was Sense the Unseen.
Okay. Now that I can see it, can I tell what it is?
Not really. It's just like kind of an overall glow from it. Like what is inside would probably be magical, but you can't actually hone in.
What I'm saying is like that little box that she just picked up isn't like part of it. Like it doesn't have like
is it ornate? And yeah.
Yeah, it's not ornate. It's basically just kind of like a
shipping.
It's a box that's probably like wrapped in certain things so that it can protect what's inside a little bit better than just like a crate with a bunch of straw in it.
I can tell this comes from the ancient UPS region of Italy.
Let's return to the car. Good time.
Very high.
Good. Guten Abend and danke, mein Herr. Thank you for your kind assistance.
As you get back to the car, another car comes pulling out.
Scheisse.
And out steps a gentleman with a pinstripe suit. And you can definitely, for those of you who still have Sense the Unseen up, which I believe is 2 out of the 3 of you, maybe 3. I don't know if Florence does.
Sure.
All right. This is definitely a vampire. And he's got black slick back hair. And the one guy who you talk to comes back and he talks to him for a couple of seconds, and he points towards your car. And the gentleman looks at you and he starts walking over to your vehicle.
Get into the car and Elsa, schnell.
You all pile in?
Yeah.
Pile in, and I say to the driver, Elsa, schnell.
Yeah, Elsa is
Pizza
starting
this
to drive. And
I hand
Ready
the
in the
item
vial.
to Raz.
Raz will just be holding the box like a
If you start
And
hearing
for-
gunfire, you might want to duck.
Mm.
let's see what we got here. So for Johanna and Florence and Tremo, I'm going to get a wits and a cult. Let's go with a cult. That sounds
hell
right.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
I don't think I have much of that.
That's my jam.
I'm only rolling 2 dice, everybody.
Oh, she's pulling an
This is a
insomnia.
good 6er for me.
I got a 3.
1 success.
Mine's more academia than occult.
4 successes.
You would recognize this as being Dario Giovanni.
of the Giovanni clan.
What have you done to us?
That's the guy.
Started a European vampire war.
I'm gonna grab the box from Raz and open it.
Inside, you see like a scroll.
Do I recognize the is it just paper or does it have corn cob holders?
Yeah, basically, it looks kind of like the old school. It's got like the things on the side that you could hold on to and open.
For sure, Teramo is going to check this out with my massive academia.
As we're driving past the other people, is it possible for Raz to chuck that vial out the window at Giovanni?
You gotta.
Do it.
This is obviously the boss man. Raz has no idea who he is. He just looks terrifying.
Dex and melee?
Fuck.
Oh no. Okay.
Do you want me to do it for you?
At this point, pretty much anybody doing it would probably be better.
I feel like Erasmus being used to trying to throw things at things might know to hand it to the...
Yeah, he might be like he's going to throw it and he's like, hey, throw this at him. He looks terrifying.
How many would you be rolling?
2.
Okay, I have 4, so I'll do it. 3 successes.
At this point, you're out of range
Damn it!
because Elsa has been schnelling. And yeah,
It
you just
shatters on the floor.
toss it out the window.
I look very sad as I hear the shatter.
Maybe he'll step.
close,
Maybe he'll
darling.
step on it.
Yeah. I'm gonna invest or academia this thing so that I can tell what and where it's from.
It is going to require a wits and occult. If you have any
What?
specialities,
I have I have academics with a specialty in ancient history, so if it has any sort of connection,
yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. Can I bargain for intelligence in academics?
You probably could.
There you go. That sounds like a yes to me.
At the cost of 1 boon.
That would be 7 successes.
Wow.
7 successes.
This
yeah,
character's just built to know things about old stuff.
This scroll has a ritual on it for necromancy.
Ooh.
Do you want your sister to have this?
What is it, brother? It looks like you saw a ghost.
What have you done? You
As
knew
I said, started the next war among the clans.
There's no way that this is what the Tremere wants.
Oh no.
Of course not.
I am
It's
way
what
too
I
angry.
want.
That's fair.
Chaos.
Oh,
Isn't
dear.
it just so much more delicious?
Oh dear.
Well, I'm glad we stole that fucking goblet.
I'm assuming you don't actually say that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm glad that we stole that fucking goblet. Well, now that
I
you've
took it as out of character.
now that you threw something at Vampire Lord, we should probably get out of here.
Well, that was a lord.
Oh, you've got 2 options. You can tuck and roll out the vehicle, and good luck trying to fight them on your own when you try and head back home. Or we head back here. We head back to my home. I give you what you've come for, and I get you home safely.
All
Like
right.
that option.
I pop open.
Can I
that.
do any sort of rolling to see if she's telling the truth?
Wits and awareness.
Wits and awareness.
I am
is-
full on drinking my last opium-filled blood.
Raz is gonna stare at it longingly, like, oh, I wish I was that high.
3 successes.
Is Johanna telling the truth?
100%.
Yes,
Okay.
as far as you can tell.
If you say so.
Oh, change your mind. You're all dead.
I mean, considering no one tried to steal the goblet in the first place, so we'll see how that turns out.
All right, so I'm going to hit fast forward just a titch as you pull up to Johanna's residence once again, seemingly safe and sound.
I'm just going to look forward to getting back to my shop where
I whisper
my
to one of
wards are all
the people,
up.
just like, get rid of this car. We have another one.
Also glad that my car is back in my shop, and I just want to be back to my warded little hovel. It wasn't so bad now that I think about it.
Raz is gonna very gently pat Tarama on the shoulder.
I've got all those couches.
For the sake of expediency, we as a group go into the room where we were before, where the safe is. I do the codes perfectly, open it up. Is there anything off about this goblet that I might notice?
Wits and awareness?
Cool.
As it's a recent acquisition, I'm going to give you a little bit of a penalty on that one.
Okay.
It's also one of those things where I fell for it when I first got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2 10s.
No.
And,
Might not be
and,
enough.
and a single success.
That's 5 successes. It's a little off. Something's not entirely correct about it, but you're not sure what. But you're going to give it away anyway. So it's like,
Teramo,
Yes.
would you come here, please?
Yes. Walk up.
This is a way for us to get our own other another freebie.
I'm gonna look very.
Could you examine that and tell me exactly where it's from?
I kind of like make the same face that I made when I saw Erasmus's dagger, and I'm like, dear sister, you have taken such terrible care of this. It's
No, but something doesn't seem right about it.
Of course, it's not in pristine condition. And I grab it and I just start pointing at spots that I'm like, this should be shiny. This shouldn't be shiny. Whoever is cleaning these is using a polish that shouldn't be a polish for this one is not even. This is. I think someone tried to clean that. I'm gonna have to bring this and repair it for Erasmus before I allow him to take this back to Canada.
Well, it is yours in that case, then.
I look at you. I look at Teramo and I say, "Are you sure there's nothing else that's wrong with it besides it just being dirty?"
Yeah, I know that it's the wrong one.
I'm trying to. If it's the wrong one, then we can say that we don't want it and we want something else.
Ooh.
That's what I'm trying to do. So you have to call it out on being the
Well,
wrong
it is yours if you want it.
Okay, one sec. Let me do my own little roll because I'm high, but I do have a lot of wits.
Yeah,
Nope.
Let's go with the wits and let's go with wits and awareness.
I want to
Alright.
counter this so bad. I
got 3 successes.
You kind of think that she's hinting at something, but you're not entirely sure what exactly.
Do you have your servants cleaning this?
Yes, you don't expect me to do this, do you?
Do you trust all? Are they all ghouls? Is there a chance that somebody else since you're trying to start a war, my dear sisters, there's someone who has it against you, something against you.
Oh, most likely.
Mm.
But an investigation will be put into place.
I like grimace as I throw it on the ground and it just shatters. Someone has replaced.
Raz, like, before this, just goes like,
I do like the evil, like, stepmother, like, big-eyed, just like...
Mm.
no.
Tremere will not like this. Someone has absconded with your real one.
Erasmus, it appears your boon has been tampered with. I would suggest you choose another artifact. I'm sure that Johanna has such an amazing collection.
That wasn't the
Yes. However, what?
real one. But the one broken on the floor wasn't the real one.
No, my dear sweet
Oh,
Erasmus.
thank God. Okay. Oh.
Perhaps this...
And our deal was for the proper goblet, so...
Yes, and it seems as of today, it has gone missing.
Oh, dear.
Unfortunate for you, but we did our part of the bargain. And I still use my dart.
My dear sister, I know that there is a spear that I have given you several years ago that you must be bored of by now.
Oh, that old thing.
I'm sure that Erasmus would be happy to take it off your hands.
Well, it's dusty as all heck. You'll have to clean it up yourself.
No.
Raz in his head is like, what the
Actually,
fuck
I
am
had put that away in a dark spot where we could collect so much dust and so many cobwebs. I'm
Raz
just
is
like leaning right into Toronto, just like, it is filthy.
Raz is cringing and he's like, what the fuck am I going to do with the spear? But he's like looking at Taramo. He's like, yeah, that would be fine, I suppose.
Sweet. I go to the room that...
Oh, no. I'll get someone to fetch it for you.
Okay.
Augustus.
It's
I love
Augustus.
the name.
Last name Gloop, perhaps?
No, that'd be copyright.
would it hurt to get a Francesca?
That'll get us kicked us off Twitch.
Daryl's just like clinging to their heritage and
Yeah,
Eustace
Augustus
just like,
comes
"Fuck."
running up.
the
Presents
spear,
a dusty ass spear.
just a dusty ass spear. I'm very sad, but I like take out a very like nice cloth and just start wiping it as we walk away.
Oh, darling, I hope the spear is worth it. It looks a little...
Once we get out of
And
earshot,
I shall now arrange your safe return to your nice hovel, as it were. Olga!
I prefer prison. Thank you.
Oh my.
No, that can also be arranged as well. Olga!
No, I prefer to call it a prison.
Olga, they're sisters. Olga!
As we get out of earshot, I tell Raz, the real goblet is fine. We have like out of earshot. Like after
Don't say anything here.
Then I just say that I wanted the spear back. The spear goes back in the collection. She's had it for much too long.
Just gives it a
Well,
sharp elbow.
Glad we could get something out of this, darling.
Mm.
Oh, my long search continues. Will I ever see this crime goblet? Perhaps not.
When we
Back at the hovel.
Yeah, can we time jump to the...
Yeah, let's time jump to the hovel.
Florence, I'm assuming since what I broke was a cheap replica that my sister luckily didn't acknowledge, though she may know that it was fake. I assume that you got the real goblet.
And I give it to Raz.
Tears of joy. Just
I'm not
blood.
just a pretty face, darling.
Oh, you are so much more. He's gonna Kiss it.
One day hope to see as much kindness from you, Florence, as you have shown Raz today.
I got you a spear. That's 2 artifacts out of your sister's hands. What more kindness can I give you?
Oh, both of you are brilliant. Darling, what can I offer you? A boon, perhaps? I don't
If
have...
I need a favor, I call on you.
Perfect. I'll be over in a jiffy, I'm sure.
What's your mobile number?
Oh,
Shoot you a mail.
well, okay. Listen, I have a card for the bar that I work at. If you call that, someone will probably pick up eventually.
Fabulous. I'll take it.
Just like
Eventually.
And yeah, here's my address. If you send a letter, I absolutely will respond.
I hope that maybe sometime in the next century I'll get to visit.
Yes, please tell me once you get out of all this horrible business, or if you need help. I mean, my culture is kind of in shambles right now, but in general, we might...
Oh, that was just a nicety. There's no way I'm leaving this room.
Oh. Send me letters, darling.
He doesn't have a choice, yes.
I disappear for a second and then come back with 2 vials with the nice calligraphied O written on them. And I'm like, for your travels.
Yeah.
Oh, the flight will be so much better. Thank you. Really, I can't... I've been looking for this goblet for decades. It's incredible to be holding it.
What does it do? Why did you require it so gravely?
Well, there's been rumors that this particular goblet helps one open the inner eye. You see, true fortune telling, they tell it. My brand of fortune telling is charisma, darling.
Ah, I see.
Mm.
Well, I'm off to get a snack and I leave.
Oh, she comes and goes so quickly.
I grab Erasmus by the hand and like kind of stare directly into his eyes, and I'm like, now be warned, the Tremere do know that you have this, and it has been under their own kindness that you are allowed to hold on to it. So if they come calling for it, it is up to you to decide whether or not it is worth holding on to.
Of course, darling. You as well. If you need anything, please contact me. I'll do whatever I can.
Well, there's a war apparently starting, so maybe we'll see each other soon.
Yes, I've got one of those as well. It's delightful, isn't it?
One day we'll be without war.
Oh, God.
And just kind of like have fun on your trip, and I scurry away. I'm just cleaning the steer net.
Goodbye, darling. Delightful to see you.
I hope to see
Razzle.
you within this lifetime.
Raz will collect his giant carpet bags, and he's going to tuck he'll probably wrap the goblet in one of his like fancy scarves, and then stick it in one of the bigger pockets in his coat so that it's on his person.
You just hear like a whimper from the shop.
Raz will run back over before he leaves and give Tramo like a big hug, even though Tramo's probably like, "What the fuck?"
He's like, no, you'll bump the goblet.
No, it's fine, darling. Just
Put it into the other pocket. It's adjacent to the dagger now. You're going to chip it.
okay, all right. Goodness, I will take good care of it. I promise. I'll do research. Yes. Thank you so much again.
It's so upsetting that you don't know how to take care of it when you get it out of character. Yes, have fun. Bye.
Thank you, darling. Ta-ta. And Raz will leave.
As Erasmus leaves with the Goblet of Aaron, which powers may or may not come up in the next season. I don't know.
Who knows?
We will call this particular game to a close. Not the entire game itself. We're going to come back for season 2, but we are possibly playing some werewolf in the future.
Ooh.
just to
Ooh.
zoom out on the vampire stuff and zoom in on the werewolves that are in the Vancouver area.
Nice.
And maybe next week, I think we might be doing that. I don't know.
I'm excited to get to make a werewolf now.
Woohoo!
Since
Awoo.
we're all so proficient at making sick vampires.
Yeah.
Heckin' awoo.
So
We should have one final scene of just the phone in Moz just ringing.
just slow zoom
continuously
in
rigging.
on the phone in the
Maxine's
mausoleum.
staring at it and ignoring it.
And then Raz opens the door.
Oh.
So timely. I
And
don't
then
know. I'm
he
not
has-
canon. I'm not the storyteller.
And
Yeah, it
then,
doesn't
he
really matter
has
to
to deal
me.
with the freaking crying, sobbing, like simpering freaking Morgan. Just like, I can't.
Yeah, it ends with Raz being like, "Oh, hello."
Like, are you crying?
Yay!
In such a good mood because he's like completely high now.
Yeah. Completely high on opium, like, "Oh yes." So what's
Are you laughing or are you crying? I can't tell.
Both.
Both.
It's one of those like, yeah, it's definitely like a soap opera cry where you can't tell. You're like,
It's been a rough month.
There may have been also some evil cackling from the villa, and also that villa will no longer be occupied as of that night.
A timely
along those
lightning
lines.
crack.
Ah!
and we should get everybody to pitch their stuff and do a final pitch for the charities.
Yes.
Woo!
Let's
We
start
should.
with Shar.
Sure. I'll start with the charity. So one of our charities is WAVA, Women Against Violence Against Women. They are a local charity to Vancouver, and they help survivors of sexualized violence. They support them through every step of their healing journey. They have a toll-free crisis line that you can call 24/7. They do group therapy sessions, one-on-one counseling sessions. They help you go to the hospital, deal with police, deal with lawyers, or any other option that you want to take. The control is all in your hands. I've used their services in their past, and they are exemplary. I can't sing their praises enough, and they need funds. I don't want to get into statistics that will make everybody sad, but the amount of women raped and people who are non-binary, it's just, yeah, it's awful. So please donate if you can. You can help save lives. And let's do the other charity first, and then we can pitch our.
Okay, for sure. The other charity will be benefiting from these different streams that we've been doing for the past few weeks is the Trevor Project, which is the leading national organization providing crisis intervention and suicide prevention services to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning youth. That's young folk under 25 years old. The number one reason that youth under 25 actually do commit suicide is because they are not in accepting homes and they're not in any inclusive environments, or they don't feel like they belong, per se. The services, I've not had to need them, but there's a ton of youth that do. These services provided are actually, they're accredited life-saving and life-affirming programs and services that LGBTQ youth need to create a safe and accepting, inclusive environment for themselves. And they do this over the phone, online, and through text. Now, this organization very much relies on the generosity of friends, family, and hopefully some of you out there, because this is very much a life-saving company, programs that they offer. So, we do want to make sure that everyone is able to get these services when they need them. So, donate. The links are in chat, I believe.
Yes.
They are in chat. I just
They're in
uploaded
chat.
them in chat.
There we go. Donate and let's start saving some lives.
And if you can donate, if you can't, help spread the word.
Mhm.
Got the links in the chat. Just copy paste it somewhere. And let's go with Shar back again for pitching the other stuff that we got going on in our lives.
Woo! You can follow me on all social media at Charlene Bayer. But the main thing that I do is a podcast. It's called Drinking and Screaming. It's a queer and feminist podcast about horror movies and cocktails. I host it with my love, Kelly Wright. And for the vampire community, we're going to be having this hot news. Nobody knows. Whoa. A lot of big name vampire players like B. Dave Walters, Cynthia Marie, and a few others are going to be on our season 3. So come check us out. We're available everywhere.
Kelly.
Yes, that's me. I'm trying to decide what to do with my hair now. I run a YouTube channel called Super Hopped Up where we do Let's Plays, and we've also been streaming Smash tournaments as well as other fighting game tournaments on Twitch, also at Super Hopped Up. And we also have a podcast and a whole bunch of stuff. Shar and I are playing Last of Us 2 and Last of Us 1 right now on the channel. And a couple people, Dave and Norris, are playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. And a bunch of other new stuff is coming up in the future. That's basically it. That's all the things I have to promote. Also drinking and screaming.
Yeah.
Haley.
I don't do much, but I do a lot of cosplay. So if that's your thing, you can go find me at Aliferous. It's spelled weird. I'm sorry. On Twitter or Instagram. Yeah.
And Rose.
And hi, I am Rose, and I actually on TikTok and Instagram, I go by Rose Bulbasaur. You can find me and follow me there, see what I'm up to. A lot of lip syncing videos, a lot of different cosplays, a lot of different makeup lurks, just living my life. And I also have a podcast as well. It is called Trash Talking Tales. No relation to the character that I play in the regular game, Trash Panda. Trash Talking Tales is actually the podcast that demystifies myths, fact checks fables, and sheds light on well-known stories. And I talk about some of my favorite fairy tales. I'm going to divert from Europe a little bit and going into different tales and fables from different cultures, kind of diving into some American myths as well. So that'll be some stuff to check out as well.
I'm Storyteller Steve, and if you haven't figured out how to get here by now, then I can't really help because it's everywhere. It's Vancouver. Right, it's Vancouver by night. It's on the Instagrams, the YouTubes, the whatever. Yeah, so we should probably raid somebody after this.
That's right.
I got somebody in mind, actually. Table of Horrors is doing a pretty good vampire game, so we'll be raiding them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, I think Thantos donated again.
Thank you so much, Thantos.
Thank you.
Another
a fellow survivor.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your donation. And I'm
really appreciate it
again, just because I can. And Trevor.
Good.
Alrighty, thanks for everybody for attending, and we will see you next week-ish, maybe, when we're making characters for the werewolves.
Yay!
Woo!
Bye!